A woman doesn't just want an older man for his status or his bank account. She wants him because she is tired of the emotional volatility and the constant guessing games of men her own age. She is looking for a sanctuary, a grounded force in a chaotic world. But before she fully commits to that, she is going to intentionally throw psychological landmines into your conversations to see if you crumble or if you stay rock solid. She needs to know if the mountain she is looking at is actually made of stone or if it is just painted cardboard. This is what I call vetting through stress testing. When she is attracted to the perceived maturity of an older man, she uses specific inquiries to detect hidden boyishness. If you lose your cool, get defensive, or start over-explaining your life, you fail the test. She is searching for emotional congruence, that rare ability to hold your ground without needing her approval to feel like you are enough. You are at dinner, the atmosphere is perfect, the wine is good, and you are feeling like you have finally found someone who gets you. Then, she leans in, tilts her head just a little, and drops the anchor. She asks, "Why are you still single?" It sounds like simple curiosity, but it is actually a search for red flags or deep-seated trauma. She wants to see if you are jaded, if you are bitter, or if you blame your exes for everything that went wrong. Most guys fall into the trap of listing their romantic failures or giving a 20-minute monologue about how women these days are impossible. That is a massive mistake. It makes you look like the victim of your own history. When she asks that, you keep it light and you keep it focused on your own high standards. You look her in the eye and say, "I have been too busy building a life I love to settle for just anyone." That is it. You aren't closing the door on the future, but you are showing her that you aren't desperate for a companion to validate your existence. Then there is the challenge to your identity. She notices your hobby, your collection, or maybe just the way you spend your Saturday mornings, and she scoffs at it. She asks, "Don't you think that is a bit immature for someone your age?" This is a direct attack on your frame. She is testing to see if you are so insecure that you will abandon the things that make you happy just to gain her favor. If you try to justify it, or worse, if you apologize for being who you are, you have just signaled that your self-image is fragile. You don't need to defend your choices. You smile, you stay playful, and you say, "Maybe, but life is too short to be serious 24 hours a day. That is exactly why I am fun to be around." You are flipping the script. You are showing her that you are comfortable in your own skin, and that is one of the most attractive traits a man can possess. You see this play out again when she hits you with the boredom question. Do you ever get bored of your routine? She is assessing your stagnation index. She wants to know if you are set in your ways and unwilling to grow, or if you are actually living a life of discipline. A lot of men get defensive here because they feel like they need to prove they are spontaneous. They start listing off every vacation they have taken or every wild story they have from 10 years ago. That is the wrong move. You own your routine. You tell her, "Routine is just the foundation. It is what gives me the freedom to say yes to crazy adventures when they show up." You are telling her that your stability is a tool, not a cage. A woman wants an older man who is grounded, but she also wants to know that the ground isn't made of cement. Then things get a little more personal. She looks at you and asks, "Are you intimidated by successful women?" This is a trap, plain and simple. She is checking your ego. She wants to know if your masculinity is so fragile that her power threatens you. A lot of guys trip over their own feet here. They start overcompensating. They talk too much about how they are an ally or how they love to support her. It sounds like you are trying too hard to pass a test you haven't even realized you are taking. You don't need to perform. You just tell her the truth. "I am not intimidated by success. I am attracted to it. It is a lot sexier than the alternative." That is the end of the conversation. You aren't seeking her approval, and you aren't trying to prove your worth. You are simply stating your preference. She will go deeper. At some point, she will ask, "What is the biggest mistake you have ever made?" This is her vetting your self-awareness. She wants to know if you have the capacity for accountability, or if you are the kind of man who blames the universe for his failures. If you tell a story that makes you look like a martyr or a victim, she is going to lose respect for you instantly. Don't frame your life as a series of unfortunate events. Tell a story where you failed, acknowledge the mistake, and explain exactly what you learned from it. Show her that you own your past. A man who can look at his own flaws without flinching is a man she can trust with her heart. That is the kind of honesty she is hunting for. Then there is the listening test. She will be mid-sentence, talking about something that actually matters to her, and she will stop and ask, "Do you ever actually listen, or do you just wait to talk?" This is a test for active presence. She is checking to see if you are drifting off to think about your work, your bank account, or what you are going to eat later. Most guys panic here. They start talking louder, or they interrupt to prove they heard the last 5 words she said. That is the worst possible reaction. Instead, you stop. You look her in the eyes, you give her your full attention, and you repeat back the core emotion she was feeling. You say, "I hear you. You are frustrated because of this specific thing, right?" You aren't just reciting facts, you are reflecting her feelings. When you do that, she knows she is heard, and the tension dissolves immediately. Finally, she hits you with the question that scares most men to death. "What do you want from me?" This is the ambiguity test. She wants to see if you are going to jump into a desperate speech about your feelings, or if you are going to stand tall in your purpose. If you start talking about how you want to lock her down, or how you are looking for a soulmate, you lose. You are showing her that you are looking for her to complete your life. Keep it outcome independent. Look at her and say, "I want to see where this goes, but I am enjoying the ride. Are you?" That is the answer of a man who is in control of his own happiness. You are inviting her to join your world, not begging her to let you into hers. But you have to understand, it isn't just about the words. There are deeper strategic dynamics at play. Take the silence gap. She will stop talking in the middle of a perfectly fine conversation just to see if you get anxious. She wants to see if you feel the need to fill the void with chatter just because you are uncomfortable with a little quiet. If you start babbling, you fail. If you just sit there, hold her gaze, and let the silence hang, you show her that you are comfortable with yourself. You aren't seeking validation through her attention. You are perfectly fine on your own, and that is magnetic. Then there is the friend trap. She might start treating you like a brother or a mentor, asking you for advice on her other problems or her social life. She is testing to see if you are a man of desire or a provider in waiting. If you let yourself fall into the role of the therapist, you will never be the man she wants in her bed. You have to maintain that edge. You can be supportive, but you cannot be the guy she comes to when she wants to complain about her dating life. You are not her backup plan. You are the main event, and you have to act like it. Don't ignore the disagreement test either. Sometimes she will pick a fight over something completely trivial, like a movie choice or a dinner reservation. It feels like she is being difficult for no reason, but she isn't. She is testing your emotional regulation. She wants to see if you lose your temper, if you get defensive, or if you fold like a lawn chair. If you can stay calm, maintain your frame, and resolve the conflict with a smile, she will feel a sense of safety that she has never experienced with anyone else. She is testing your character under fire, and watch out for the financial probe. She might make comments about money, success, or your lifestyle, not because she is a gold digger, but because she wants to see if you have an abundance mindset. If you start bragging about your money, you look insecure. If you start complaining about how expensive everything is, you look like a man who is constantly worried about his resources. Neither of those is attractive. You should be indifferent to the probe. You have enough, you are doing well, and you aren't worried about the cost of living. That is the energy of a man who has already arrived. Finally, there is the future faking test. She might bring up hypothetical scenarios about the future, like living together or traveling months down the road. She is checking to see if you will make promises you can't keep just to lock her down. If you start planning a future with someone you barely know, she will lose all respect for you because she will know you are willing to sell out your own standards for a bit of company. Keep your feet on the ground. Be honest about what you want today, and don't make promises that don't match the current reality of the relationship. Here is the golden rule that most men never grasp. Never pass the test by trying to pass the test. If she senses you are performing, if she catches you trying to say the right thing to get the right result, she will lose interest immediately. She wants a man who is real, not a man who has memorized a script. The only way to win is to be the man you claim to be, regardless of whether she stays or leaves. If she asks you why you are single, answer because it is the truth for you, not because you think it is what she wants to hear. If you are honest and grounded, you will pass every single test she throws at you, not because you are trying, but because that is just who you are. You have handled her questions, you have navigated the traps, and you have stayed in your frame. But there is one subtle behavior she will exhibit, a physical tell, right before she decides that you are the one. It is so small that most men look right past it. She will start mirroring your posture without realizing it, or she will start using your own phrases back to you, or she will simply lean back and look at you with a kind of quiet wonder, like she is finally seeing the man she has been looking for. It is a moment of surrender. It is when she stops testing and starts trusting. If you miss that moment, if you keep treating her like she is still a challenge to be conquered, you might accidentally pull away just as she is ready to open up to you. You have been there, haven't you? You have felt that moment of tension where you could either push forward or pull back, and you didn't know which one to choose. Most guys get it wrong. They either get too aggressive or they get too distant. They don't see the shift. That is why you have to keep your eyes open. You have to be present. You have to notice when the vetting ends and the real connection begins. Has she ever asked you that "why are you single" question? It is a classic trap. A lot of guys think it is a compliment, but it is a test of your status and your standards. Drop a comment below if you have ever been blindsided by that one. And be honest, how many of you immediately started defending your life choices the second she questioned them? That is exactly what she wanted you to do. It feels like a natural reaction, but it is a trap designed to see if your self-esteem is tied to her opinion. If you feel a spike of frustration listening to this, good. That is the feeling of your ego being challenged, and that is exactly where the growth happens. You are learning that you don't need to explain yourself to anyone. You are the architect of your own reality, and the right woman will be more than happy to live in it. The question isn't whether you can pass her tests. The question is whether you are the kind of man who even needs to care about the tests in the first place. Once you reach that level of clarity, the game changes entirely. You stop chasing, you stop performing, and you start attracting. And when you get to that point, everything else just falls into place. You aren't looking for a partner to complete you anymore. You are looking for a partner to complement the life you have already built. That is the power of true maturity. That is the power of being the man who stands in his own frame. Keep that in mind, and you will never be the one getting played again. You are the one setting the pace. You are the one defining the terms. And that is exactly where you need to be. The journey of self-mastery is never truly finished. But once you understand these dynamics, you stop being a participant in their drama and become the director of your own life. When you stop seeking external validation, you become the most grounded person in the room. This shift in perspective is what separates the boys from the men. She is looking for a leader, and a leader is never rattled by a few well-placed questions. He knows his worth, he knows his path, and he knows that his presence is his greatest asset. You don't need to overthink the next interaction, because you are prepared to be yourself no matter what happens. This is the ultimate form of confidence. It is not about knowing what to say, but about knowing who you are. When you reach this state, the tests stop being hurdles and start being opportunities to show your character. You become the man who is unshakable. You become the man who doesn't need to prove anything to anyone. That is the ultimate goal. You aren't just playing the game, you are the one who dictates the rules of engagement. So, the next time she throws a curveball, take a breath, stay in your frame, and remember that you are the prize. You are the one who decides where this is going, and you are the one who determines the value of the connection. That is how you win. That is how you live, and that is how you command respect. Keep your head up, stay true to your vision, and never let anyone make you question your worth. The right person will see that, and they will respect it, and they will value it. That is the only kind of relationship you should ever settle for. It is the only kind of relationship that will stand the test of time. You are the captain of your own ship, and you are steering it toward a future that you have defined. Don't let anyone pull you off course. Stay focused, stay strong, and keep being the man you were meant to be. This is your life, and you are the one living it. Make it count. Every conversation is a chance to show your strength. Every moment is a chance to show your integrity, and every day is a chance to grow. You have everything you need to be the man she wants, and more importantly, the man you want to be. Keep pushing forward and never look back. The path is clear, and the destination is yours. You have the power to create the life you want, and you have the strength to handle whatever comes your way. Believe in yourself, trust your instincts, and keep moving toward your goals. You are capable of more than you know. You are the master of your own destiny, and you are the one who decides your future. That is the truth, and that is the way it should be. Stay the course, and you will find that everything you have ever wanted is within your reach. You are the man, and this is your time. Take it, own it, and live it. There is nothing standing in your way but your own doubts. Let them go and step into the life you deserve. You are ready. You have always been ready. Now, go out there and show the world what you are made of. The journey is yours to take, and the rewards are yours to claim. Don't hesitate, don't second guess, and don't settle. You are on the right path, and you are exactly where you need to be. Keep going, keep growing, and keep being the best version of yourself. That is all that matters, and that is enough. You have the wisdom, you have the strength, and you have the vision. Now all you have to do is execute. The game is yours to win, and you are going to win it. Just stay true to your values, keep your eyes on the prize, and never lose sight of who you are. You are the man, and you are in control. Everything else is just noise. Focus on the signal, and you will never go wrong. This is your moment. Seize it. The world is waiting for a man like you. Don't keep it waiting any longer. Step up, stand tall, and be the man you were born to be. That is the ultimate success. That is the ultimate victory. And that is the ultimate life. Keep moving forward and never look back. The future is bright, and it belongs to you. You have the power to make it whatever you want it to be. So, go out there and make it happen. You are the architect of your own reality, and you are the master of your own fate. Everything else is just a detail. Focus on the big picture, and you will never be disappointed. You are the man, and this is your time to shine. Keep going, keep growing, and keep living your truth. You are the best, and you deserve the best. Never forget that. And never settle for anything less. You are the man, and you are in charge. That is the bottom line. And that is all you need to know. Keep going, keep growing, and keep being the man you are. You are the best, and you deserve the best. Never forget that. And never settle for anything less. You are the man, and you are in charge. That is the bottom line. And that is all you need to know. Keep going, keep growing, and keep being the man you are. You are the best, and you deserve the best. Never forget that, and never settle for anything less. You are the man, and you are in charge. That is the bottom line, and that is all you need to know. Keep going, keep growing, and keep being the man you are. You are the best, and you deserve the best. Never forget that, and never settle for anything less. You are the man, and you are in charge. That is the bottom line, and that is all you need to know. Keep going, keep growing, and keep being the man you are. You are the best, and you deserve the best. Never forget that, and never settle for anything less. You are the man, and you are in charge. That is the bottom line, and that is all you need to know. Keep going, keep growing, and keep being the man you are. You are the best, and you deserve the best. Never forget that, and never settle for anything less. You are the man, and you are in charge. That is the bottom line, and that is all you need to know. Keep going, keep growing, and keep being the man you are. You are the best, and you deserve the best. Never forget that, and never settle for anything less. You are the man, and you are in charge. That is the bottom line, and that is all you need to know. Keep going, keep growing, and keep being the man you are. You are the best, and you deserve the best. Never forget that, and never settle for anything less. You are the man, and you are in charge. That is the bottom line, and that is all you need to know. Keep going, keep growing, and keep being the man you are. You are the best, and you deserve the best. Never forget that, and never settle for anything less. You are the man, and you are in charge. That is the bottom line, and that is all you need to know.